Ever wondered how a brand new game becomes a multi-million-dollar blockbuster? Today, we're diving deep into the finances of one of PlayStation's biggest hits, Ghost of Tsushima. Will break down its surprisingly modest $60 million budget, track its explosive launch and journey to over 13 million copies sold, and calculate its incredible profitability. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly how Sucker Punch and Sony turned this beautiful samurai epic into a financial grand slam, and what it teaches us about the entire AAA gaming industry. Stick around to see the numbers behind the blade. Ghost of Tsushima was brought to life by Sucker Punch Productions, a studio under the Sony Interactive Entertainment umbrella. The game's reported development budget was around $60 million. Now, in the world of AAA gaming, that's actually quite modest. For perspective, other major Sony titles have had budgets 2 or even 3 times that size. This $60 million figure covered everything from the salaries for a team of about 150 to 200 developers, to the intricate art design, programming, and quality assurance needed to build the world of Tsushima. While the exact marketing spend isn't public, you can bet it was significant. Sony pushed the game hard with stunning trailers, prominent placement on digital storefronts, and a big campaign for the director's cut re-release, adding a hefty sum to the total investment. Right out of the gate, the game was a massive success. It launched in July 2020 and sold a staggering 2.4 million units worldwide in just its first 3 days. This set a new record for an original, new intellectual property on the PlayStation 4. The digital performance was just as impressive. In that first month, Ghost of Tsushima sold approximately 1.9 million digital copies on the PlayStation Store alone. This was one of the strongest digital debuts ever for a new IP, proving that players were hungry for a new kind of open-world adventure and were ready to buy it directly from their consoles. This immediate traction was a clear sign that Sony had a massive hit on its hands. The game's sales momentum didn't slow down after its explosive launch. By March 2021, less than a year later, it had already sold 6.5 million copies globally. The sales kept climbing. By July 2022, fueled by the release of the enhanced director's cut for both PS4 and PS5, that number jumped to an incredible 9.73 million units sold. The long tail of this game is truly impressive. Even years after its initial release, people were still discovering and falling in love with Jin Saki's journey. As of September 2024, the total lifetime sales for Ghost of Tsushima have officially surpassed the 13 million unit mark, cementing its place as one of the most successful new IPs of its generation. So, with over 13 million copies sold, what does that translate to in terms of revenue? This is where the numbers get really exciting. As of financial filings in 2023, against that initial development budget of roughly $60 million, the game had generated approximately $397 million in total revenue. That's nearly $400 million. This figure isn't just from the initial launch sales. It's a cumulative total that includes all sources. We're talking physical and digital copies, the successful Director's Cut re-release, which brought in a new wave of players and upgrades, and revenue from its eventual port to PC, which opened up a whole new market for the game. With $60 million in development costs and nearly $400 million in revenue, it's clear that Ghost of Tsushima is wildly profitable. Of course, that $400 million figure is gross revenue. To find the net profit, you have to subtract other major costs, most notably marketing, which for a game of this scale could easily match or even exceed the development budget. You also have to account for distribution costs and Sony's platform fees. But even after factoring in all those expenses, the return on investment is enormous. The game's profitability is also boosted by its long tail, its ability to keep selling consistently long after launch. This was amplified by smart strategic moves like the Director's Cut and the PC port, which kept the game relevant and maximized its lifecycle revenue. When you compare Ghost of Tsushima to other AAA titles, its value proposition becomes even clearer. Many modern first-party blockbuster games cost well over $100 or even $200 million to develop. Ghost of Tsushima delivered a visually stunning, massive open world with high production values for a fraction of that cost, around $60 million. In terms of sales, its performance is just as remarkable. Selling over 13 million units firmly ranks it among Sony's most successful new franchises in recent memory. While it might not reach the colossal numbers of established series like The Last of Us or God of War it has comfortably outperformed many other new IPs and proven that you don't need a $200 million budget to create a commercial giant. Of course, developing a game like this isn't without financial risks. One of the biggest was its initial platform exclusivity. By launching only on PlayStation 4, its potential sales were limited to the console's owner base. However, Sony played the long game. The subsequent PS5 version, the Director's Cut, and eventually the PC port systematically expanded the game's audience over time, turning an initial limitation into a long-term revenue strategy. Another ongoing cost is support, creating patches, updates, and maintenance, especially for re-releases and new platform ports, all eats into the profit margins. And as we mentioned, the true marketing spend remains a closely guarded secret, making the exact net profit hard to pinpoint. But with the revenue numbers we've seen, there's no doubt the margin is incredibly healthy for both Sony and Sucker Punch. So what strategic lessons can the industry learn from Ghost of Tsushima's financial success? First and foremost, it proves that a well-crafted new IP can still be a massive commercial hit. It shows that you can achieve incredible production quality and build a beloved world without an ever-escalating astronomical budget. The game's success champions a model of moderate budget, high polish, Sucker Punch focused on delivering a strong narrative, a beautiful open world, and tight gameplay, and it paid off. Furthermore, the game's life cycle is a masterclass in long-term monetization, extending its relevance through the Director's Cut, and a later PC version shows the importance of maximizing a game's revenue potential long after its initial launch window has closed. Even years after its debut, Ghost of Tsushima continues to be a revenue-generating machine for Sony. The game still sells consistently, especially during sales events and following the buzz of its PC port, which saw a major launch push in May 2024. In fact, internal Sony documents have confirmed that the game remains highly profitable. The story doesn't end there either. The brand is expanding beyond video games. There are official plans for a film adaptation, which will open up a whole new stream of licensing revenue and further solidify Ghost of Tsushima as a cornerstone franchise for Sony. This isn't just a game anymore. It's a multimedia property with a long and profitable future ahead of it. In conclusion, Ghost of Tsushima is a definitive financial success story in the modern gaming landscape. It combined a controlled, efficient budget with exceptional quality, resulting in high sales, strong revenue, and a sustained return on investment over many years. It serves as a powerful reminder that original ideas can still deliver a huge ROI in the AAA space, provided they are managed with discipline. The key ingredients were smart development, powerful marketing, and timely re-releases and ports to expand its audience. The lessons learned from its financial model will undoubtedly inform how Sony and other first-party studios approach balancing artistic ambition with fiscal responsibility for years to come. Future IPs will surely look to Ghost of Tsushima as a benchmark for success. And that's a wrap on our financial deep dive into Ghost of Tsushima*. It's an incredible story of creative vision meeting smart business. If you found this breakdown interesting, please give this video a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next analysis. We love exploring the business behind the games we play. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.